My hat! And this is the 15 May 2022 race at Norcal Hobbies. This was actually my favorite race of the day. This is VTA. Now I'm starting in 4th position. I'm going to end toward the back. I don't remember the position. I think I'm the penultimate in the end. But doesn't matter. There's a few things to keep in mind here. Actually, no, I just realized one of those white cars didn't finish. But as always, you can recognize my colors. I'm that burgundy car that's on the straight right now with the white dots. There's a few things I want to talk about. First of all, the chassis that I'm running is an Xray X4. This is the 2022. It is the stock setup with one little exception. I just can't remember what it is right now. And I'm running the same chassis for Sportsman. And it was just so easy to run it and get used to it. This is the very first time I run these chassis. The very first day, I should say, not the first time. This is a third race, and I just went in there, did qualifier 1, qualifier 2, and this is qualifier 3. Now, to be honest, I need a lot more track time. You're going to notice some mistakes. Here I am, that dark blue car behind me, that's my buddy. So he's running, he's going to beat me. But we actually had a lot of fun just racing each other. This is actually not the best part. Actually, no, this is really good. But a mistake's going to come up, and eventually he's going to pull a lap on me. So we're really close. He passed me, passed him again on the inside, and we're going. You can probably hear my voices doing some other commentary. But here we go, and then right there, boom. All right. So it's these mistakes. I mean, look how far he got, how close we were driving. He's on the other side of the straight now. He's on the other side of the track. He doesn't even know I'm there anymore. There he is. So it's little mistakes that will really just hurt your racing. So definitely get some track time. Enjoy it. Have some fun. But even though he did pull over a lap, we ended up having a lot of fun. And pretty soon we're going to come head-to-head again. Mainly because I'm going to crash again, and that's when he laps me. Well, he comes close to lapping me, so I get stuck there. So notice, mistake number 2. Well, big mistake number 2. So I'm still stuck. Here comes the marshal. There goes my friend. You can see him coming along. All right, now I'm in front. But here we go. I have to check. Maybe it was 4th. I think it was 4th place. I believe so, yes. But a few things to note. This Xray X4, so much easier to drive than the Yokomo. Yes, I probably still have to do some tuning to it eventually. Not now. I want to get used to just driving again. Keep in mind, this is May. I have not done on-road since, I think, October of the previous year. So it's over a 6-month hiatus for on-road. Now, here it gets exciting again. So, here it comes. Now, one of the things to note, we're both running the same motor. We're both running 25.5 Trinity X Factor motors. Now, there is a difference, though, in our tuning when it comes to motors. Now, I'm running a Hobbywig just stock. I forget what ESC he's running. I want to say it's a Sanva. But I'm running about 55 degrees of timing. He was running about 40, 45. That was incidental and then incidental again. So we're running a 10-degree difference in timing. That's a large difference in RPM. Now my FDR, so final drive ratio, for those of you that have not seen some of the other videos, so my final drive ratio is almost a 3.5. It's a 3.49 in change, so 3.5. He was running about a 2.7, 2.8. So he dropped the timing to reduce temps, have a little more torque, and he decided to get the speed through gearing. I went the other way. I decided to go get the speed through timing. So that's something else that you can see. And because I did it with the gearing, you see how I can manage to pull just a little faster than his car. So that is something to keep in mind. Now you have to play around with it. Now this car, as of now, reaches a temperature of approximately 65 degrees Celsius, about 150, 151 degrees Fahrenheit. Now outside, it is a beautiful day. It's a warm day, so we're looking at about 24 degrees, 76 degrees Fahrenheit. So that'll give you a rough idea. Now my buddy's motor, that one got a little harder. Sometimes he would get a heat warning, so keep that in mind. But look at the race. Also look at the lines. There are some times where he passes me and then I'll pass him. So it's not just all about speed. Sometimes we overshoot the turns. So there I'm trying to just get really close to the apex, to those dots, so that he doesn't have any space to pass. And he knows it. If I just make a mistake or two, he can easily pass. But right here, he almost did, but I managed to pull ahead. There he passes me, but watch. See how I just cut right in? So what ends up happening there is his car may have been traveling faster, but my car traveled the shorter distance. That's how, even though he passed me previously, I managed to overtake on those insides. There I go again, guarding again, trying to really just protect where I'm going. So that's something to keep in mind. It's not all about speed. Sometimes you just have to know when to slow down to take a turn and what line to follow. And that's ultimately what happened. I just happened to take a nicer line. But I'm forcing him to take the bad line. Because if he wants to pass me, he has to go around me. That's the reason. But this whole racing, this, to be honest, has been probably my favorite race ever. And then right here, see, I made a mistake. I should have tried cutting that as straight as possible. But, oh, that was incidental. I'm not going to recover from that one. There's another accident that's coming. So just keep that in mind. Really, you lose a lot of time crashing. So the best thing you can do is practice. Just get as much track time as you can and try to hold the lines and try not to get the dots. I mean, it was like Pac-Man for me. I make that comment somewhere in the video, I think you can hear. But this is VTA 25.5. I do recommend it. Join it. They're really fun. It's an 8-minute race versus the standard 5 minutes, so you get to race more. And if you think about it, if the next race is 5 minutes, well, you're still marshalling the same. So you race more, but you marshal the same. But here we go. Again, VTA, this was just as fun as could be, especially racing with a friend. And to be honest, that's really when you have the most fun. Now there I had to get out of the way because those are the leaders. That's first and second. So always get out of the way. But whenever you get a close race like that, or even if you're having fun, even if you got lap and the guy behind you happens to be your friend, or he just wants to race and have fun, that's when it gets really enjoyable. Now, what are the next steps? Well, I have to practice. I have to just get some more track time. Summer's pretty much here. So, hopefully I can start driving. Maybe I'll go to Fresno. Keep in mind this mistake right here. See how long I'm just sitting there? But anyway, it's over. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.
What? Oh, my hair! My car! My rod!